And greetings, everybody. Welcome to McPherson College Baseball Field in McPherson, Kansas. It's time for Hutchinson Community College Baseball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Today, the Blue Dragons go after a conference championship as the final two games of the regular season are upon us. We take on the Cloud County Thunderbirds in a game that initially was supposed to be in Concordia, but the two games on Thursday initially supposed to be in Hutchinson and then supposed to be here, were moved up to Concordia. The teams flip-flop home dates, and now the Dragons are down to this. A one-game lead with 2 to play, and the Blue Dragons win 2 today. They are conference champions for the 13th time in school history, and for the third time under head coach Ryan Schmidt. On a little bit late, we had some technical difficulties elsewhere in getting this set up, getting everything moved up here. So we don't have the full pregame show for you today. So leading off for the T-Birds will be center fielder Clayton Loniger.
Center fielder number 8, Clayton Larange.
Or Larange, excuse me. And here we go. Dylan Nedved on the mound for the Blue Dragons, and the pitch is high, ball one. First pitch at 12:58 p.m. So welcome to everybody. And pitch a little bit off the plate wide, and it's 2-0. These two teams split on Thursday in Concordia. Cloud got up to a big lead. Dragons fought back to tie it at 7-7. There's a strike to Larange, and it's 2-1. Larange 2 for 7 in the first two games of the series. There's a strike, and now it's 2-2. Dylan Nedved got the save in the Game 2 win, a 6-3 Hutchinson win on Thursday evening. Here's 2-2 pitch. Larange fists one foul. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're completely out in the open here. This is a turf field here in McPherson, just south of the main interstate junction. 2-2 pitch. Grounded slowly to short. Ryan Moritz has it. He goes over to first in time, 1 away, and that's how the afternoon begins. Now the shortstop, Connor Locks. Locks was 3 for 8 with a home run and a couple driven in on Thursday. Hit the home run in the Game 1 with the pitch. In there for a strike from Nedved. Dylan 2-2 with 2 saves and a 4.01 earned run average. The sophomore into the line, the 0-1. Took something off of it. It swung through and missed. Nothing in 2. The wind in the 0-2 from Dylan. Pitch misses a little bit high. Good location, and it's 1-2. Locks hitting .284 for the year. A couple home runs and 30 driven in. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Dragons coming in with a 21-9 overall Jayhawk West record. Just one game ahead of the Butler Grizzlies. Butler is at home today at McDonald Stadium in El Dorado, playing Garden City in a pair. 2-2 pitch. Not sure where that one missed, but it's a full count. It's a pretty good looking pitch. I made one of the rare times a ground level vantage point. I haven't had one of these for a while. Now the payoff from Nedved. Grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Again, this is an all-turf field. Dragons haven't played the turf very much. Cloud County's actually played 8 games here when they were having all the weather problems and field conditions in Concordia earlier in the year. They actually played 8 games on this very field. Now first baseman Jackson Deedle. Deedle, a .308 hitter, 7 home runs and 37 driven in, hitting from the right side. Out of the stretch, there's a comebacker right to Nedved. He goes to second for one. Arturi to first. That's a double play. and the inning is over. So 1 out singles erase with a 1-6-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit, no left after a half. T-Birds nothing. The Dragons coming up. Josh Laukkanen, a right-hander, taking his warm-up tosses for the T-Birds. Laukkanen, 6'2", 190-pound freshman from British Columbia, Canada. He will face Logan Sartori, Dylan Nedved, and Zane Schmidt.
Shortstop, number 1, Logan Sartori.
Sartori stepping in, hitting .314, 10 home runs, 54 RBIs. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Sartori in the first 2 games of the series, 3 for 9, no extra base hits, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. He's also walked and struck out twice in the series. Pops this one a mile high into shallow right, and it will be the right fielder making the catch. That's Grant Schmidt, out number 1. Now the pitcher, Dylan Nedved. Dylan's on a tear right now.
Number 9, Dylan Nedved.
Nedved hitting .328 for the year. Hits this one hard but foul off to the right. Nedved, .328 average, 8 home runs, now 58 RBIs. 2 for 7 with a double and a home run Thursday at Doyen Field in Concordia. The pitch. And Laukkanen must have caught a cleat. He didn't deliver. It looks to be okay. Again, this is an all-turf field. As a pitcher, I'm not sure I would like that, just looking at that. That plant area is actually removable. Now the 0-1. Chopped up the middle. Second baseman ranges to his right, sets his feet and throws 2 away. Good play by the second baseman, Ramon Vinochea. 2 up, 2 down for right fielder Zane Schmidt. The player of the year candidate in the Jayhawk West, a league-leading 20 home runs. Also a league-leading 64 RBIs, .403 average, 15 doubles, 79 total hits. Zane hit his 20th home run of the year on Thursday in Concordia. Hits this one solid and threw into center for a base hit, and the Dragons have their first man aboard. Looking for a big, now he slips. The throw is going to go behind him, and Schmidt's back in safely. Again, all turf. Even the dark portion you see, that is turf, not dirt. You can overslide on this stuff. It's a different type of surface. Now Riley Metzger. Riley had a huge 2-run home run in the 4-run 9th inning of Hutchinson's 6-3 win in Game 2 of the series. Riles now hitting .368 with 7 home runs and 46 RBIs. Hitting here with the runner at first and 2 away. The wind in the pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. Riley 3 for 9 in the series, a double, a home run, and 3 driven in. Schmidt away from first, excuse me, pitch. There's the ball's well hit toward the gap right center field. Nobody's going to get to it, and it's going to get cut off right at the warning track. Cervantes is going to wave Zane Schmidt. There could be a play at the plate, and it's not going to be made. It's cut off, and the Blue Dragons lead 1-0. Riley Metzger with his 13th double of the year. RBI number 47. It's a 2-out hit. Hutch takes a 1-0 lead. Double to right center field. Schmidt scores all the way from first, going on contact. And now Zach Baxley. Bax hitless in the series, 0 for 8. He also struck out twice. Baxley's average has dipped under 300 at 293. 4 home runs and 30 driven in. 1-0 Hutch here in the bottom of the first. Initially, these games are supposed to be in Concordia. The description on the YouTube page probably still says that. That's the one thing I didn't get changed. But we are here on a neutral site in McPherson, trying to win a conference championship. We'll keep up to date with Butler Garden City all day long. The pitch. Hanging curveball is grounded into left field for a base hit. Being waved and now stopping is Metzger. They throw behind him, and it's not in time. The left fielder, Cade Wallace, is playing shallow to begin with. So Bax gets his first hit of the series. Metzger had to slow up in case he didn't want to run into any kind of a tag. Now here's sophomore Ryan Mords, the second baseman. Mo hitting .312, a couple home runs, 21 RBIs. Mo was 2 for 7 with a couple of doubles on Thursday. 2-out RBI opportunity here. Metzger's 2-out RBI double plated Zane Schmidt with the game's first run. Laukkanen comes set with the runners at the corners. The pitch in the dirt and moving up to second. A fake throw by the catcher, Griffin Larson. And on the wild pitch, Baxley moves up to second. Pretty good read. That ball didn't kick away very far. But it'll be a wild pitch. Now runners at second and third and 2 out for Moritz. Laukkanen will move back to the windup with runners at second and third. Taking his time now into the wind. Big cut and miss on a fastball. Mo a little bit late, and it's 1-1 to Moritz. Somebody's cell phone going off quite near me. That's what you probably heard. Scott Brooks not playing music between pitches. There is a strike on the inner half, and Moritz down in the count 1-2. Mo got off that terrible start and went on to that 26-game streak where he hit .430. Leveled off a little bit since. 1-2 pitch. High and outside, 2-2 to Moritz. Laukkanen a 4-1 record with a couple of complete games and a 4.93 earned run average for Cloud County. The pitch. Just missed wide, full count, now to Moritz. 45 2/3 innings pitch for Laukkanen, 51 hits allowed, 29 runs, 25 of those earned. 50 strikeouts to 13 walks. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3, right down the chute, and Moritz knew it. But the Dragons get one on a couple of hits, all coming with 2 out. Metzger drives in Schmidt from first with a double to right center. After 1, Dragons 1, T-Birds nothing. Welcome back to McPherson, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you, 1-0 Hutch.
Number 6, Cade Wallace.
Left fielder Cade Wallace will lead it off for the Cloud County Thunderbirds. Good fastball from Dylan Nedved right there for a strike on the inner half. Wallace was 3 for 6 on Thursday in the first 2 games of the series. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner at the knees. Very quickly, 0-2. It is hard seeing my computer screens. We've got no wind block or sunblock here. 0-2 pitch. A little bit low, 1-2. Good miss. One, 2 to Wallace. That hit him. Boy, how many times this year have we seen Blue Dragon pitchers hit somebody with a plus count with an off-speed pitch? So Wallace leads off. Cloud County, it leads the league in hit by pitches. That is the 107th time they've been hit. Cade Wallace is second in the league with 18 now. Second in the league is Hutchinson at 91. And the league leader, Will Reitz, with 25. The big cut and a miss by the third baseman, Davis Pratt. Pratt was 0 for 6 with a couple of runs scored. He walked a couple of times on Thursday. Fastball inside corner at the knees, 0-2. Nedved comes set out of the stretch. Delivers. Pitch in there. Good block by Max McGuire. Defensively for the Dragons, in left field, Riley Metzger. Center field, Will Reitz. And right field, Zion Bolin. Or check that. It's a little different lineup with Dragons. We'll get that again. The pitch. Way outside, 2-2. Metzger in left, Reitz in center. Zane Schmidt in right, my apology. Zion Bolin to third, Sartori at short, Moritz at second, Baxley at first, and McGuire behind the plate. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging, one away. Now the right fielder, Grant Schmidt, out of Hastings, Nebraska. I forgot to ask Zane if there's any relation. Zane from Kearney, Nebraska. Grant Schmidt from Hastings, Nebraska, and they're in the vicinity of each other. What used to be known as the Golden Triangle in Nebraska with Kearney, Hastings, and Grand Island. Nedved's pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Grant Schmidt, 1 for 5. Only started one of the games, played in both on Thursday. The pitch. Big cut and a miss. It's 1-1. Bad news for Blue Dragon softball today. Their season has come to an end. They went 2 and out at the Region 6 tournament in Dodge City. The pitch, tap foul at the plate. Lost a tough one to homestanding Dodge City in 6 innings yesterday, 12-4. And then in 9 innings, were eliminated by Garden City, 4-3. They had 2 balls hit off the upper portions of the fence that could have won it for them in walk-off fashion. But the ball stayed in the park, and the Dragons couldn't play at the big run. The pitch. Inside, not by much, and it's 2-2. Good location. Nedved checks the runner, now delivers the 2-2. Pitch low, full count. So Blue Dragon softball ends its season 26-16. They entered the Region 6 tournament on a 16-game winning streak. But unfortunately, their season comes to an end. Another highly successful one for 15th-year head coach Jamie Rose. 3-2 pitch, high ball 4.
So a hit batsman and a walk have runners at first and second with one out. The Dragons already rolled one double play. And now it'll be the designated hitter, Tyler Jans. Jans was 0 for 4, played in just one game, struck out 3 times. I believe that was in game number 2 on Thursday. What a big game that was for the Dragons. Several heroes in that one. Nedved's pitch. Strike at the letters. Brian Skillman getting a spot start after Jake Buns couldn't go and Miguel Reyes was moved up to the first game. 6 tough innings for Skillman. The 0-1. A little bit low, 1-1. Skillman got a no decision, but went a season-long 6. Kept the Dragons in it. Cade Fenton got the win with 2 1/3 innings. Dragons scored 4 in the 9th. Cloud scored 1. Dylan Nedved had to come in and get the save. The pitch. Nice pitch at the knees, and it's 1-2. So Nedved's been ahead in the count to all 3 batters. They've only retired 1. Dylan comes set, now delivers. Called strike 3 on a nasty curveball, 2 away. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Nedved. That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter, the catcher, Griffin Larson. Two on, 2 out. Larson hitting .240 on the year. 6 home runs and 17 driven in, so he's got some pop. The pitch. A little bit low ball 1. Win, nice one we got here. It's picked up a little bit, blowing in from left field. The dimensions here at McPherson, 330 down the lines, 390 to the gaps. They don't have something listed in center, but I imagine it's right around 402. Nedved's 1-0, and they're for a strike, 1-1. Weather has been an issue from day one for the Jayhawk Conference. These games were supposed to be the opening round of conference games all the way back in late February, but because of all the snow and the weather issues. 1-1 pitch. Strike called, 1-2. The league made an unprecedented move and took the entire first round of games and moved them into this week. They had a week to play with. Normally the Central District Tournament, which has always been at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, but because Lawrence Dumont's no more, they moved it over to X Stadium at Wichita State. 1-2 pitch. Strike him out, and the inning is over. Dylan Nedved works around a couple of freebies, a hit by pitch and a walk, and strikes out the side. Cloud leaves 2 after an inning and a half. Dragons 1, T-Birds nothing.
Welcome back to McPherson, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you on the Blue Dragon Sports Network, and welcome to all those listening in who have an affiliation with the Cloud County Thunderbirds. I'm pretty sure that Cloud SID, David Wilson, listening in. Our thanks to him for taking care of the streams on Thursday. We'll pick it up from here and see what happens. Zion Bowling will lead off the second inning against Josh Laukinen, and Zion takes a strike. Zion on a team high right now, 8-game hitting streak. That pitch misses, and it's 1-1. Bowling for the year hitting .295, 4 home runs, 27 driven in. Zion was 3 for 5 with an RBI on Thursday in the first 2 games. That pitch taken outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Over his streak, 8 games, Zion's 11 out of 25. That's a .440 average. He has hit 2 home runs. Good plate discipline there. He left one high and now is ahead in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. All year long I have harped about the Dragons chasing pitches up. That time Zion laid off. That pitch popped up. May get out of play to the right over the Cloud County dugout, and does. Full count. A ton of foul room here. It does taper off toward the corners, but behind the plate and near the dugouts, a ton of foul room here at McPherson College Field. Here's the payoff to Bolin. Low ball 4, and the Dragons have a leadoff man aboard. That for Zion. Walk number 23. Good speed at first. And now Max McGuire, who had the game-winning RBI in the 6-3 win on Thursday. He led off the 9th with a solo home run. Zane Schmidt then doubled in a run. And then Riley Metzger at the 2-run bomb. There's a high pop, shallow left coming in and making the catch, and he dropped. Now getting the second, hustling in. That's going to is Bolin. That's going to be an error on the left fielder, Cade Wallace. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of clouds, but it's spotty. Right away, I heard Cloud County head coach Eric Gillian yell, in.
The center fielder, number 25, Will Reitz.
And I'm sure Cade Wallace got caught between a cloud and a clear spot, and it dropped in. Now, at the moment, the cloud shrouded in cloud cover, or shade from the shadows, from the clouds. Now Will Reitz is struggling mightily as of late. Showing bunt, drops down. It's a good one. In fact, it's an excellent one. Fielded by the pitcher, Laukinen. And Will drops down a great sacrifice bunt. Moving up to third is Bolin. Moving up to second is McGuire. And that'll bring up Logan Sartori, second time around the order.
The shortstop, number 1, Logan Sartori.
Sartori, his first time up, flew out to shallow right. And check swing roller along first. This should score the run. Now the ball bobbled, but still the first baseman, Jackson Deedle, recovers to make the out. Coming down the line to score is Bolin, and Hutchinson leads it 2-0. No, but we do have 4 hits. So McGuire moves up to third. And now here's Dillon. He rolls one to short. It's bobbled. The throw to first in time, and the inning is over. But the Dragons pick up another run. And after 2, it is Hutchinson 2, Cloud County nothing. High chopper on the first pitch, and that'll be an infield hit. Ramon Vinochea hits his high chopper up this hard turf. And it was going to be a do-or-die play for Sartori, and it's scored a base hit. So for the second straight inning, Cloud County has a leadoff band aboard, and it'll be the center fielder Clayton Larange. He grounded out to second baseman Ryan Moore. It's his first time up. Second hit of the game off Dylan Nedved. Back in the stretch is Dylan. 1 week ago, Dylan was throwing masterfully against Colby. 5 shutout innings, and the wheels came off in the 6th. Snap throw to first. They get him? No. Close play. It's one of Dylan's better moves we've seen this year. Bang, bang play at first, but Vinochea back. The pitch. Showing bunt. Ball 1. Larange now 2 for 8 in the series. Nedved's pitch. Low and in for a ball, 2-0. Nedved worked 2/3 of an inning to get his second save of the year in the 6-3 win on Thursday night in Concordia, and even the series. Strike called. Larange was showing bunt but pulled back. Another move over to first. This one not so close, and a good play by Zach Baxley to keep that ball. It's almost a certain two-base error if a pitcher on a pickoff were to throw errantly with all the foul room here in McPherson. Fairly new complex here for McPherson College. The pitch outside, 3-1. Dragons leading 2-0, but lately the Blue Dragons and Prosperity haven't been exclusively mutual friends. Every time the Dragons have jumped out, other teams have jumped right back on them. Fouled straight back to the netting. Full count now to Larange. Dragons 2 runs, 4 hits. Cloud County 0 runs, 2 hits and an error. And that error was big in the second run, the run that Zion Bolin scored, an unearned run. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees, 1 away. 4 strikeouts now for Dylan. Vinochea still at first. And now the shortstop, Connor Locks. He singled but was quickly erased on an inning-ending 1-6-3 double play. When the sun's out, it's very comfortable out here. When it goes behind a cloud, it chills off really fast. Breaking pitch swung over the top and missed by Locks. Cloud County, a 280 team average. 35 home runs, that's 9th best in the league. Chop left side, big hop for Sartori. He'll go to second for the fourth, on to first. Now the throw gets away. And that's why you got to be careful. There'll be a throwing error on the second baseman, Ryan Moore. It's allowing the runner to go up to second. The Dragons commit their first error of the game. It wasn't going to be hit hard enough to be a double play ball. Now Jackson Deedle, the first baseman. He had a go-ahead hit in game 1. Runner at second, 2 away here in the top of the third. This one's scheduled for 7. Hutchinson leading 2-0. Try to get you some updates from El Dorado. That pitch is swung on and fouled back. Very high netting behind. So far, no reports from either the Garden or Butler Twitter sites. Pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Max McGuire.
1-1 the count to Deedle. Pitch number 49 coming up for Dylan Nedved. The pitch. Line down the third baseline. It's a fair ball into the quarter, and Cloud County's on the board. This might be 3. Deedle will make the turn as Riley Metzger finally gets to it. Deedle drives in his 6th RBI of the series. The Dragon lead now cut to 2-1. All day long on Thursday, it was 2-out hits against the Blue Dragons that were costing him. And another 2-out here by Deedle scores Locks from second. And the Dragon lead cut in half. At the moment, an unearned run. Wallace slices one foul over the Cloud County bullpen. Cade Wallace hit by a pitch. He leads the league in hit by pitches. Or second in the league behind Will Reeds. The team, the Cloud County team, leads the league in hit by pitches. Good crowd on hand, both sides. Good contingent. Cloud County, it's about an hour north of here. We'll see Hutch just down K61. Breaking pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Cloud County coach Eric Gillian in his 3rd season has done a very nice job with this program. He had big shoes to fill in Greg Brummett. Cloud reached the 30-win plateau for the first time in a long time. That pitch in there skips through. That'll allow Deedle to move up to 3rd. It'll be a wild pitch charged to McGuire. Or to Nedved, excuse me. That is the 8th wild pitch of the year for Nedved. The 60th charged to Blue Dragon pitching. Now the tying run at 3rd base with 2 out. The pitch. Is it a foul ball? We have a foul ball, and that one chewed up Max McGuire. Here Gillian was screaming, run, run, run. Kicked away, but it was immediately called a foul ball by the home plate umpire. All discussion has ceased, and now the home plate umpire is going to give Max a little more time and walk out to Dylan. This is always a gesture by home plate umpires when the catcher gets chewed up by either a foul tip or a ball like that. Give him a few extra moments. You also see catchers do the same thing when a home plate umpire wears a foul ball or something to that effect. Max is ready to go now. 2-2 count to Wallace. Nedved will be out of the windup. The wind in the 2-2. Got him swinging, and the inning is over. So it'll be an unearned run. Dylan Nedved has 5 strikeouts, 1 unearned run on a couple of hits, 1 big error, and 1 left on. After 2, Dragons 2 and the Thunderbirds 1. Welcome back to McPherson, everybody. This is the final weekend of the regular season for Jayhawk Conference Baseball. Everybody else, in the terms of the spring season and the postseason. Here's Zane Schmidt to lead off the bottom of the third. Dragons now leading at 2-1. Magic number at 2 for the Blue Dragons. There's a strike on the outside corner from Josh Laukinen. He's given up single runs in each of the first 2 innings. Hard hit ball foul and into the Cloud County dugout. Blue Dragons at 21-9 right now. A 1-game lead over Butler at 20-10. Colby swept Pratt on Thursday. They're 18-12. Cloud at 17-13. Pitch taken high and outside for ball 1-2. A lot on the line for Cloud County. They're trying to secure a home playoff series for the first time in program history. The pitch. Now back out of play, and it remains 1-2. The current formatting for Region 6 baseball went to this format in 2004, where you play 8 best-of-3 series, and the 8 winners go to Wichita for a double elimination tournament. 1-2 pitch. Pop foul again, and it stays 1-2. In 2010, 11, and 12, the format was tweaked, where there were 4-team sub-regionals. Those 4 winners went to Wichita. And then it returned to the 8 first-round series, and the 8 winners going to Wichita. Over that time, Cloud County's never hosted. Schmidt hits one high to left field. Playable, though. Now coming in and making the catch is Cade Wallace. One away here in the Dragon third. Bases empty, one away for Riley Metzger, who gave the Dragons a 1-0 lead with an RBI double to the gap in right center field. That played at Zane Schmidt all the way from first.
Left fielder, number 19, Riley Metzger.
The Blue Dragons will be at home next week. Opponent to be determined by the seeding they eventually will get. Pitch taken downstairs. If they're the number 1 seed and 1 win today, will secure that. One-0 pitch in there for a strike. They will play either Highland or Labette next weekend at Hobart Detter Field. If Butler would surpass the Blue Dragons, that could be one of several teams playing at Hobart Detter next week. Riley swings and slices one foul off to the left. We have our own little air show going on right over the top of the ballpark. Maybe Highland or Labette already scouting the Blue Dragons from above. Here's the 1-2. Foul back. That wasn't as cool, nearly as cool as the F-16 strafing up at Barton last year when I called the softball up there. That was one of the coolest things ever. Seeing an F-16 at about 800 feet come right over your head. Once again, the 1-2 to Metzger. High chopper right side. Fielded by Laukinen. Good play. He'll underhand flip to first. 2 away here in the Dragon third. Not easy when you're coming off the mound like Laukinen did. He basically fielded it over his shoulder. So a nice defensive play by the Cloud pitcher. Base is empty, 2 away for first baseman Zach Baxley, who got his first hit of the series. A single in the first.
Number 26, Zach Baxley.
Hutchinson, once postseason starts. Bax goes first pitch hacking and he fouls it back. We'll be looking for their 4th Region 6 championship, the 3rd of the current era, meaning starting in 2004 with this format. They won in 05 and in 2010. That magical 2010 team finishing 3rd at the World Series. Fastball from Laukinen misses low for a ball, and it's 1-1. I believe that's a crop duster. Now that I'm looking at him a little bit closer, that's where he's kind of flying in. The pitch, high pop, foul territory, first base side. The catcher makes the call and makes the catch. Larson has it. The Dragons are retired in order in the 3rd. We head to the 4th. Dragons 2, T-Birds 1. 2-1 Blue Dragons, top of the fourth. Hutchinson is the home team. This one's scheduled for 7. The 9-inning game will be about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this one. We'll have that for you on the network. It'll be Davis Pratt, Grant Schmidt, Tyler Jans, 5, 6, 7 here in the top of the fourth to face Dylan Nedved. Foul tipped into the glove of Zane Schmidt. Strike one to Pratt. He struck out swinging his first time. 55 pitches now for Nedved. The wind and the pitch. That one taken a little bit low. Took something off of it. 1-1 now to Pratt. Good changeup swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Last year, the Blue Dragons played Labette in the best of 3 at Hobart Detter Field and advanced in a sweep. Wasn't easy, though. 1-2 pitch. Grounded right to short. Sartori has it on a big hop. Fires it across in time. 1 away. They went on to Wichita. Fell into the loser's bracket after the winner's bracket semis and came all the way back around and finished 3rd in the region, their best finish since winning it in 2010. Memory serves correct, Cloud has maybe been to Wichita once over that time. It's a fly ball to the right, drifting back as the second baseman. Moritz, he's got it, a little more of a pop again. I've got a very low angle, so 2 up, 2 down now for Tyler Jans, the designated hitter. He took a called third back in the second, 0-1. That is a crop duster off over the right field fence. Kind of fun to watch him, the pitch. Not sure that fastball missed, but it's called a ball. Dylan already inked to go to the University of Iowa next year. Here's a fastball right down the chute for a strike, and it's 1-1. So when the Hawkeyes roll into Haymarket Park in Lincoln next year, I'm going to have to go up and heckle him. 1-1 pitch. Off speed, misses inside, 2-1. Nedved hit a batter with a very similar pitch back in the first. The 2-1 from Nedved. Swung through and missed, 2-2. Series around the league. We'll talk about that in the next half inning. Two. Foul back. Seward County has completed its play. You got the bye week. Again, these were supposed to be the opening series of the season, but because of the weather, pushed back to this weekend. Pitch. Inside, not by much, and it's a full count now to Jans. Here's the payoff. Got him swinging. The inning is over. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4th for Dylan Nedved, who now has 6 strikeouts through those 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in McPherson. Dragons 2, T-Birds 1. Ryan Moritz will lead out the bottom of the fourth for Hutchinson. The Blue Dragons leading this crucial Game 3 of the series with Cloud County 2-1. Dragons clinging to a one-game lead over Butler. Still no report
Number 10, Ryan Moritz.
from Williams. Moritz goes first pitch, hacking in, fouls it off. Moritz took a called third in the second inning. Moritz now 2 for 8 in the series. He has struck out 4 times, though. The line in the 0-1. That one in the dirt. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Obviously, this series going on. Garden at Butler today, Pratt at Colby, and Dodge City at Barton. 1-1 pitch. Grounded right to the second baseman. And Benachea throws him out. 1 away.
You could date me now. Go ahead.
That's now 7 in a row retired by Josh Laukinen. Here's Zion Bolin.
Third baseman, number 6, Zion Bolin.
Check that, 6 in a row retired. Bolin had a very good at bat his first time up, drew a walk, and came around to score on Logan Sartori's ground out. That made it 2-0 at the time. The 0-1 downstairs for a ball. Count even at 1-1. Line in the pitch. Well hit ball to center field, and that's a 9-game hitting streak for Zion Bolin. A solid single to center, the Dragons' 5th hit of the afternoon. And he's aboard with 1 out. Here's Max McGuire. McGuire had the at-bat that set up the run in the second inning for Hutch. He hit a soft liner to left that Cade Wallace came in on and dropped. Now a runner at first, 1 away. Dragons leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch. High ball 1. Earlier in the year, the Dragons ran a lot more than they have as of late. Dragons have not attempted a stolen base in this series. For the year, they're 71 of 93. Big swing and a miss by McGuire. He was taking a swing for the downs, misses. One and 1 the count to McGuire. Laukinen comes set. Goes over to first, Bolin back in. Bolin this year, 3 out of 6 in the stolen base department. Extends his lead a little bit. Inches out a little bit further. The pitch. Runner does not go, and the pitch is taken high and inside. 2-1 to McGuire. Reason we're not at Hobart Detter Field today is, 1, we weren't supposed to be there to begin with. So HRC set up a youth tournament. There's 7 games being played on that field today. 2-1, foul back by McGuire. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hutch High was supposed to play campus yesterday at Hobart Detter. They moved those games up to Buhler. Buhler has a turf field at Wheelam Park up in Buhler. Now 7 games today being played, a youth tournament at Detter. Hope that field with all the water survives. 2-2 pitch. Strike him out. Laukinen took something off of it. McGuire is down on strikes for out number 2, and it'll bring up Will Reitz. Reitz with a sacrifice bunt his first time. That moved.
Number 45, Will Reitz.
That moved Bolin over to third when he scored on Sartori's check swing roller to first. That at the moment at that moment gave Hutch a 2-0 lead. Snap throw to first. Pitch is a strike. Back in safely is Bolin. Pitch number 50 coming up for Laukkanen. Now Bolin's going to try to move up. The throw down is wide of the bag. And in safely is Bolin on the wild pitch. Second wild pitch charge to Laukkanen. Dragons about hit the T-Birds 5-3. Reed's still looking for his first hit of the series. Be a nice time to get it here and give the Dragons a little bit of insurance. Laukkanen comes set. The pitch. Downstairs, 2-1 to Will. Reed's with 10 home runs. Don't have all my notes out today because I don't have my setup I normally would have at the press box at Hobart Detter. Reed's has a grand slam this year. It was a pinch hit grand slam in the early stages of the year. 2-1. Chased a high fastball and missed, and now it's 2-2. Unfortunately, the dubious number for Will Reeds, he leads the team with 61 punch-outs. Dragons now at 446. They're just 17 strikeouts away from setting the all-time record for most strikeouts in Blue Dragon baseball history. 2-2. That time, Will leaves the fastball up and runs the count full. If the Dragons can lay off that pitch consistently, their offense is going to improve. It's already a pretty good offense. Maybe that's a sign Will's ready to break out of it. He didn't chase that. 3-2, 2 out. Here's the payoff. Chased that one, and the inning is over. A couple of strikeouts in the inning for Laukkanen. Dragons strand 1. We go to the 5th. Dragons 2, the T-Birds 1. Top of the 5th rolls around. 2-1 Hutchinson. 8-9-1 here in the 5th against Dylan Nedved. Griffin Larson takes ball 1. Larson struck out swinging his first time up. Nedved, 6 strikeouts through 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 unearned run. Now it's 2-0. Dylan just needs to keep pounding the zone. Off speed, swung on and missed. Nice pitch. He's had a nice breaking ball today, is Dylan Nedved. Several T-Birds have swung over the top and missed it. Larson still ahead in the count, 2-1. Now it's 2-2 and a fastball outer half at the belt. Pitch number 70 for Nedved. Dylan searching for his 3rd win of the year. The wind in the 2-2. Off speed, struck him out. That strikeout's number 7 for Nedved. One away here in the T-Bird 5th. Now Ramon Vinochea. He had a infield aided single. Chopped one off the plate. Logan Sartori had no chance to throw him out. Vinochea now 3 for 7 in the series. Pitch taken a little bit low for ball 1. Vinochea had a double, drove in a run. Walked once, was hit with the pitch on Thursday. Off speed, ground ball, fair inside the bag, fielded by Bowen. Strong throw over, dug out by Baxley, and there's 2 away. Fine play all the way around. A tough stop for Bowen. He's had his problems at third, but he made a great stop behind the bag. And then Baxley over at first, who has become one of the best over there. Picks it off the turf. 2 up and 2 down for Clayton Larange. Swung on and missed. Larange has grounded out and struck out looking. The pitch. Off speed, swung and missed for strike 2. We're down in Hutch. Come on up. Gorgeous day out here. Just a 25-minute drive. The pitch. 0-2, didn't miss by much. That's a great miss. 1-2 to Larange. One-two pitch. Grounded, foul outside of first. Baxley still makes the pick. Garden swept Butler on Thursday at Williams Stadium in El Dorado, 6-0 and 5-4. The 5-4 game was the painful one for the Blue Dragons. Garden City took a 4-1 lead into the 8th and started out the 8th with Butler hitting, error, walk, and turned out to be a 4-run inning. Garden lost 5-4. Pitch just missed outside, 2-2. Zone's been consistent. 2-2 the count to Larange. The pitch. Tapped along third, foul. Dragons with single runs in the first and the second. T-Birds scratched one out in the third. Two from Nedved. High pop, and it's back out of play. If I would turn to follow that, I would be blinded by the sunlight for the next 5 minutes. So I'm going to just take everybody's word for it that it went over our heads. I'm not worried about getting hit. I just don't want to make the wrong call. The pitch. Did he go around? No, he didn't. Full count. Larange checks his swing. Dragon dugout wanted that pitch. Of all the ones that have missed, that's probably the worst one. Now the 3-2 to Larange. Called strike 3, inside corner. That's a 1-2-3, top of the 5th for Nedved. He is now retired. 7 in a row. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Dragons 2, T-Birds 1. It'll be the top of the order for the Blue Dragons in the bottom of the fifth. Hutchinson leading 2-1 in this very critical Game 3 on the final day of the regular season. Still the 9-inning game to go after this one. I'm going to guess Butler and Guard may be starting later. Still no report. I was told they started at 1 just like we did. We'll try to track down that information for you. Ball 1 to Logan Sartori. Josh Laukinen, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs, 1 earned. He has 3 strikeouts and 1 walk, and now 55 pitches. Sartori takes a strike at the knees, 1-1. Logan has flown out to shallow right, and the check swing roller to first that scored Zion Bolin. Right now, that's the difference in the game. It's a high fly ball to center. Playable low for Larange. He's got it. 1 out here in the Dragon fifth. Dylan Nedved the batter now. 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. 1 to each of the middle infielders. Nedved now 2 for 9 in the series. Ball 1 high and inside. Clouds keep covering up the sun. It gets bright, then much shadier. Mostly cloudy. There's a strike from Laukinen. Good fastball to knees, and it's 1-1. Well, wind there is blowing in from left field. 5 to 10 miles per hour. 1-1. Good fastball, good location. Inside corner at the belt, and it's 1-2. The wind in the 1-2. Blowing away. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Here's the wind in the 2-2. Ball well hit to center. He's got a chance at the wall. Gone! Dylan Nedved's 9th home run of the season gives Hutchinson a 3-1 lead. His 2nd home run of the series to dead center field. I thought he got it all, but I didn't want to call too prematurely, being with the vantage point that I have. But Larange ran out of room, and it clears the center field wall. Hutchinson leads it 3-1. Now Zane Schmidt. That was Hutchinson's 5th hit of the game. Zane pulls 1 foul. Zane singled in the first and scored on Riley Metzger's double. Zane now 1 for 2 today. 3 for 9 in the series. Reaches and pops 1 foul off to the left, out of play. And he'll hit from a 0-2 hole. And the Kearney Catholic product out of Kearney, Nebraska. Interesting hockey background. A good feature on him a few weeks ago in the Hutchinson Collegiate. Down in the count here, 0-2, the pitch. Hits this one to left, playable low. Wallace has engaged, he's got it. And there's 2 away here in the Dragon 5th. Now Riley Metzger 1 for 2. An RBI double in the first. Metzger now 4 for 11 in the series. Leads the team with 4 RBIs in the series thus far.
Left fielder number 19, Riley Metzger.
That double, his 13th of the year, was his 57th total hit. Remember, he missed 10 games. Pitch a little bit low, ball 1. There have been some jawing about the strike zone, but it has been very consistent today. I will not be the one of those jaws as long as it's consistent. Here's the 1-0. Change up for a strike, outer half. Good pitch from Laukkanen. That home run allowed by Laukkanen, just the second he surrendered this year. For the Blue Dragons, that was home run number 76, pitched down in the dirt. That leads the Jayhawk Conference. They've led that category all year long. Two-one pitch. High and away, 3-1. For Nedved, that was his 146th career hit. He now moves ahead of Matt Gowing on the all-time hits list with 146, which is sixth most. Fouled straight back at the netting, and it's 1-2. Or excuse me, full count. Three and two out, bases empty. 3-1 Hutch in the bottom of the fifth, scheduled for 7. Laukkanen gets the sign, now delivers the payoff. Grounded right side. Second baseman moves right, good play, spins and throws, and the inning is over. But Dylan Nedved's 9th home run of the year, a 1-out solo shot to center. 1 run, 1 hit, and after 5, it's the Dragons 3 and the T-Birds 1. Big innings coming up for the Blue Dragons. 2 innings to go in regulation play. Hutch with a 3-1 lead. Dylan Nedved helped himself out with a solo home run in the bottom of the 5th. Now he goes to work in the top of the 6th, and it's the heart of the Cloud County order. Walks Dietl and Wallace, and it's a breaking pitch for strike 1 to Connor Locks. Locks has singled and reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 0-2. 7 strikeouts for Nedved through his first 5 innings. Here's the 0-2. Waste pitch upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I can't see my phone. I can't see this. Now 2-2. Our first update from Butler is a pitch chopped. That's a fair ball or foul ball. It's foul. Now we get our first update from Butler. Bottom of the 4th, Butler with a 5-0 lead over Garden City. So it is imperative the Blue Dragons win this one to maintain their 1-game lead. Here's the 2-2 from Dylan. Hard hit ball to third. Backhanded stop by Nedved. Fires it across. Got him. 1 away. Oh, safe. He must have beat it out. Didn't drop the ball. Zion did take his time throwing the ball. It'd be an infield single for Locks. Everything was handled cleanly. Now Jackson Dietl, who represents the tying run. And I don't have a great angle over here, being ground level. The pitch. Ground ball, backhanded stop Sartori. He goes second for the force. Is he safe or is he out? Yes, they got him. Tough play by the middle infielders, but Moritz kept the bag. Dragons get the lead runner, one out here in the 6th. That's another tough play by the Dragon infielders. Nice job by Sartori and Moritz. Now Dietl at first, one away for Cade Wallace, the left fielder. He's got pop. Strike from Nedved. Dragons have rolled one double play today. That came in the first. Dietl rolled into an inning ending 1-6-3. 4 hits now for the T-Birds. They've been out hit 5-4. Ground ball to short. This could be 2. Sartori to Moritz for 1. On to first. That's a double play, and that's the inning. Nice job by Dylan Nedved to roll an inning ending 6-4-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Dragons 3 and the T-Birds 1. Welcome back to the McPherson College Field in McPherson, Kansas, everybody. The final day of the regular season. The Dragons doing their part so far to this point. Hutch with a 3-1 lead over Cloud County. Butler with a 5-0 lead over Garden City midway through that game at McDonald Stadium in El Dorado. So the Grizzlies keeping the pressure on the Blue Dragons. Zach Baxley takes a strike at the knees from Josh Lauk, and then is in a very fine ball game in his own respect. 3 runs allowed, 2 earned, 5 hits. The pitch. Bax takes the ball, and it's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch up. Oh, a strike at the letters. And it's 1-2 to Baxley. Bax singled in the first, fouled out in the 4th. Pitch low and away. It's Baxley, Moritz, and Bolin here in the 6th. Dragons would love to get Dylan Nedved at least one more insurance run, which goes without saying. Just something baseball announcers say. 2-2 pitch. Baxley fouls that one back and stays alive at 2-2. Pitch count now at 76 for Laukinen. Hard hit ball to short. Laux has it. And throws at Baxley. One away here in the Dragons 6. Now Ryan Moritz. Moritz has taken a called third and grounded out to second. 0-2. You'd like to see Mo have a really concentrated at bat here and take a shot to left center. When he hit that 26-game stretch, he had a lot of hits to left center. Breaking pitch, called strike outside corner. Nice pitch from Laukinen. Zion Bolin in the on-deck circle. Moritz hits one to right field. That's down for a hit. Now bobbled in right field. but no advancement by Mortz. So it's
You could
there's
take
only
me down. Yeah, I know
6 hit of the game for the Blue Dragons. Mortz gets his first of the game. Runner at first, one out for Zion Bolin. He has walked and scored and extended his hitting streak to 9 games with a solid single to center. He's 1 for 1. The pitch. Strike at the letters. Breaking pitch, 0-1. I don't think Zion liked the call, but it was a pretty good pitch. Hutch is out. Hit. Cloud now 6-4. Dragons take a 1-0 lead. It's ground ball to short. This could be 2. I think a second for 1 on to first. That's a double play. So the teams trade double plays in the 6th. Now it's up to Dylan Nedved to hold it in the 7th. We go to the 7th inning here in McPherson. Dragons 3, T-Birds 1. Back to this for the 7th inning. Dragons 3 outs away from clinching a tie for the Jayhawk West title. We'll have a pinch hitter to lead off the 7th. Tyler Charcoon out of Alberta, or out of Edmonton, Canada. Pinch hitting for Pratt. There's a strike from Dylan Nedved. The 0-1. That pitch in the dirt. That was a 92nd pitch from Dylan Nedved. Dylan 3 outs away from his 3rd win of the year, but most importantly, win number 22 in the conference. 1-1. Off speed, swung through and missed, and it's 1-2. Again, Butler has a 5-0 lead, middle stages over Garden City at McDonald Stadium in El Dorado, so no help from the south so far. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, one away here in the 7th. Now right fielder Grant Schmidt. Schmidt has walked and popped up. Righty-righty matchup. One away here in the 7th. Dragons leading 3-1. Nedved's pitch. Hit toward right center field, drifting back is Schmidt. It's over his head into the wall. Extra bases for Schmidt. So the T-Birds are going to get the tying man aboard. That was the hardest hit ball by the T-Birds today. A 1-out double by Schmidt to right center. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Tyler Jans. Jans has struck out twice. He's the tying run. 5 hits now for the T-Birds. Right now the runner at second is meaningless. Just work on the batter. The pitch downstairs for a ball. So things getting tense like they always are. That's the Blue Dragon way. Here's the pitch. Found back out of play. Barton with a 5-2 lead over Dodge City. That at Lawson, Biggsfield, and Great Bend. That's not good news for Cloud County. They're trying to hold Barton off for the 4th spot in the East. Nedved steps off. A lot of things at play in these final 2 games of the regular season. Seeding, championships, home playoff spots. Even the opportunity to get in. Pratt and Dodge City battling for the 8th spot. 1-1. Missed downstairs, 2-1. Ryan Summers throwing in the pen back of Nedved. Two-one pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2. Next pitch will be number 100 for Dylan Nedved. Nedved checks her in her second to 2-2. Called strike 3, 2 away. Cloud fans thought it was low, but now the Dragons a strike or an out away from a tie for the conference championship. If Hutchinson wins, they will lock up the number 1 seed based on the sweep of Colby last week. Still work to be done, 1 out. And it's the catcher, Griffin Larson. Nedved's pitch in the dirt. Good stop by McGuire. Larson has struck out swinging twice. Three-one Hutch, top of the 7th. 2 out. Runner at second to pitch. 2-0. Pitch low and in. Here's the pitch. Tap left side, charging his Bolin. He's got it. On to first. Dug out by Baxley, and the Dragons win it. The Dragons have the tie for first. Now they go for the clincher. Unless Garden City can make a miraculous comeback. But the Blue Dragons have a tie for the conference championship and have wrapped up the number 1 overall seed with a 3-1 win over Cloud County in game number 1. We'll wrap it up right after this. Welcome back to McPherson, everybody. The Blue Dragons have the first part of the equation out of the way. A 3-1 win over Cloud County has the Dragons' magic number down to 1 for the Jayhawk West Championship. Right now, no help from the South. Butler leading Garden City 5-0 in the fourth inning at McDonald Stadium in El Dorado. Let's wrap up this one real quick, and we'll get set for game number 2 for the victorious Blue Dragons. Now, a team high, or season high, 21 games over 500 at 38-17, 22-9 overall. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 4 left on for Cloud County. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, 4 left on. The winning pitcher, Dylan Nedved, he improves to 3-2. Josh Laukinen, the tough luck loser, he pitched well. But the Dragons get the win in a game time of 1 hour and 29 minutes. The Dragons took a 1-0 lead in the first when Riley Metzger doubled to right center field. That played at Zane Schmidt all the way from first. Then in the second, a check swing roller by Logan Sartori to first was enough to get Zion Bolin down the line from third and scored. That made it 2-0. The T-Birds got a run back in the third, but then in the fifth, Dylan Nedved had a solo home run to center field with 1 out. And the Blue Dragons get the solo shot, his 9th of the year. Hutchinson leads 3-1, and Dylan Nedved closes it out, his first complete game of the year, to improve to 3-2. So now the Dragons will go for the outright clincher coming up here in about 20 minutes. We'll have it for you here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. You will have to switch links to get game number 4, and we sure hope that you do. So until then, for my staff up here, which happens to be all family today, Andrew Carpenter, granddaughter Karen Carpenter, Andrew, my son, and then my daughter Samantha, who are helping me out today. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you again in about 20 minutes. Again, the Dragons win the first game 3-1. Magic number down to 1. Till then, so long, everybody.